On behalf of my Zija International business partners worldwide, I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to this video. What you have the opportunity to see over the next few minutes is why we know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that Zija International is the #1 home business opportunity in the world today. A couple of areas that we'll look at, first being timing. Zija International as a company was launched November 2006. Now, I've been around the industry over 10 years now, and I initially got started in a company that was over 35 years old, and everybody was telling me I was in the right place at the right time. Wrong. You want to be the reason your friends, family members, and co-workers find out about Zija International and not them telling you. The second thing you got to take into consideration is the fact that we're already doing business, guys, in Australia, in Japan, in Mexico, and Canada, giving you the opportunity to earn income from other markets. Also understand Zija International is a debt-free company. In the world and society we live in today, with everybody screaming things about the economy, imagine how difficult it is for an individual to be debt-free, nonetheless a company to launch debt-free. Our company was founded by what we call the Michael Jordan of the network marketing industry. His name is Ken Brailsford. Mr. Brailsford is known as the father of herbal encapsulation. He was the first individual to take a herb and put it in a capsule form in the early 70s, sitting at his kitchen table. Now understand, every successful team also has a bench full of successful coaches. Our management team, headed by CEO Mr. Rod Larson, is the best of the best in management teams in the industry today. Now, our company was started when Mr. Brailsford was positioned with a documentary from the Discovery Channel called The Miracle Tree. What you're about to see is an excerpt from the same Discovery Channel documentary that was shared with Mr. Ken Brailsford that spawned the launch of the next billion-dollar giant, Zija International.
There is a taste in here that you cannot find in other vegetables. And the more you eat, the more it's become tasty, and you keep on, asking for it.
What this farmer in Hawaii is talking about is not a vegetable, it's a tree. And while Vicky Domingo says it has an unusual flavor, there's more to this tree than meets the taste buds.
You keep on eating, and you can feel your body is more energetic, more healthy, and you can see the difference. You're not dropping, you keep on, just so active.
Domingo says she has grown this tree on her farm for more than 25 years. She harvests moringa twice a week, all year round. Domingo says there are many nutritional and medicinal uses for moringa.
All parts of the tree are usable, from the roots to the stem, to the leaves, to the flowers, and to the pod. The roots, you can use that as a tea. And then the trunk, you can scrape it, squeeze it, get the juice, put in your cut skin, and your skin will heal.
Dr. Will McClatchy is an ethnobotanist at the University of Hawaii. He studies the ways that humans interact with plants.
Moringa is one of these trees that is a multi-purpose plant that fulfills such a high percentage of kind of basic needs that when people get used to using it, they really can't see what it's like to live without it.
So I started to read about moringa, and I was absolutely amazed about the richness in nutrients, in many antioxidant compounds and vitamins.
Dr. Monica Marcoux is a pharmacologist who has studied many plants. She has done extensive research on moringa and says it has significant nutritional potency. This subject is one of the topics of her recently published book, Miracle Tree.
To me, it was just a natural pathway from my scientific background and my love for trees to writing this exciting book on one of the most exciting and extraordinary trees of our world.
While Marcoux, the nature photographer, is grabbing shots of plants, Marcoux, the pharmacologist, says she has a bigger concern.
We are having an epidemic of cancer and cardiovascular diseases and many other chronic diseases. It's because we basically do not eat what we are supposed to eat. Most of the plants are famous for a particular type of nutrient. Like, for instance, the orange or the lemon is famous for a high content of vitamin C. The spinach, for instance, on the other hand, is famous for its iron content. Moringa is very unusual because this single plant contains a wide variety of nutrients, but also in quite very high amounts.
Marcoux says this concentration of nutrients combined with low calories and low sodium content makes moringa an ideal energy food or supplement that can help offset the typically unhealthy Western diet.
Many of the Westerners are also deficient in antioxidant and anti-aging substances that are mostly found in plants.
Antioxidants, according to the National Institutes of Health, protect the body's cells and may prevent cancer. And Marcoux says moringa is a treasure trove of antioxidants that happen to work hand in hand.
Antioxidant substances and antioxidant vitamins work together in the body. For instance, it's known that selenium works better in the presence of vitamin E. Moringa has high amounts of selenium and has also vitamin E.
Moringa is well known for being a good source of leafy green vegetable protein. And you don't get a lot of protein out of many vegetable foods other than like beans and things like that. So getting it out of the leaves is really a big deal.
And while there are a few other plants like soy that are protein rich, Olson says moringa is special.
I have a lot of food allergies. I'm allergic to wheat, I'm allergic to eggs. Soy tends to be a fairly highly allergenic food. It causes allergies easily in many people. We think that this is because of the form that some of the proteins are in soy. They're apparently in a form that's very simple and fairly easy for the body to assimilate in moringa.
According to the United States Department of Agriculture, moringa contains 18 of the 20 amino acids, building blocks of proteins that are found in the human body. And, says Marcoux, moringa is one of the few plants that contains all of the essential amino acids.
Moringa contains all the 9 essential amino acids that actually we cannot produce. Their presence, but also their ratio, is very beneficial, and it is estimated that this ratio is very good for absorption and for being bioavailable to our bodies.
Our diets are pretty bad, although they are improving. But one of the reasons they're improving is because we're starting to adopt more and more of these kinds of plants.
It comes very close to being a perfect source of nutrients in terms of variety and concentration. So that is, I think, very unique about this moringa tree.
As you can see, the moringa oleifera has made an impact around the world for thousands of years, from the reversing of malnutrition to the purifying of water, and possessing third-party credibility from such credible sources as the National Institute of Health, the United States Peace Corps, and Johns Hopkins University, just to name a few. Now, in a society today where we're overfed, undernourished, and severely overstimulated, Ken Brelson understood that he had to bring on board some individuals who were experts in the field of not only moringa, but food formulation. First was Dr. Monica Marcoux, pharmacologist, botanist, and expert on the moringa, who's actually written a book about the moringa oleifera called The Miracle Tree, where she states that the moringa oleifera is as close to being a perfect whole food as any other source in the world today. Second was Dr. Russ Bianchi, known to be one of the top food formulators in the world today, who's actually formulated a lot of the products that we use in our everyday lives today. And even with his expertise, it took Dr. Bianchi over 140 different attempts to take the powerful moringa oleifera and put it in a form to help create the Zija products today.
Tell them how you became Zija's formulator?
By accident. Actually, what really brought me to this was the overwhelming science that's behind moringa oleifera. I saw hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of vetted, published, referee, medical and scientific journal work on this, and I was compelled to have to investigate it further. And then when I really got to know Mr. Brailsford, I knew that there was a quality ownership, that would stand behind the product and the integrity and maintain that integrity literally from raw material sourcing through finished brands in perpetuity. So that's why I'm aboard. It's a very exciting product, Plant of the Year for 2008 from the National Institute of Health and Medicine. Pharma have been trying for decades to do something with this and failed. We were able to deliver what nature intended and in no way alter it.
So when I do all my research, I find that this is the most nutritious botanical in the world, over 92 nutrients. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's huge. Very large numbers in recommended daily intake of all your vitamins, your minerals, large levels of omega-3, 6, and 9 that are completely absorbable from moringa, unlike seafood sources. 36 anti-inflammatories in one plant, 46 anti-carcinogens and antioxidants, 20 amino acids in the correct ratio, sequencing, and percentage, 9 of which are essential, our body does not produce, and we simply don't find in the food chain anymore, Pat.
Mm-hmm. Well, was this an easy product to make?
No. This was probably the most difficult botanical I've ever dealt with, and clearly one of the most difficult beverages I've ever formulated in over 3 decades at it.
Well, I'm sure glad you did. Okay, so we have 3 product divisions. What was the first one that you developed?
The original Smart drink in the can, as well as the Smart Mix. Also, the sports drink, the XM3 sports drink, that unlike other so-called energy drinks actually delivers real physical kinesiological energy. Then our weight benefit division of the XM3 caps and the tea. By giving your body nutrients at very low calories with the Smart Mix, we allow you to then burn your own body fat, basically, and trim your waist to lose those pounds that you wanted to get rid of. And the Magic Point programs, Kumbaya Weigh and Scale programs, or cardboard meals coming to your house that never worked. This actually works at pennies on the dollar. And then finally, our Gen M line, which is probably the finest skincare line in the world, all based on moringa integers from the plant.
Okay, so let's go back to our first, is our moringa drink. Is there anybody that can't take this product?
The answer is no. Anyone who's breathing and in this space-time continuum can take this product. It's nutrition. Remember, we're not, though we're made to pharmacopoeia standards, we're under dietary supplement law, so we don't diagnose, treat, prevent, cure, mitigate, or prescribe, but we do deliver a powerhouse of naturally occurring nutrients that allow the body to thrive on that.
So are we like all the different juice companies out there on the market?
No, we are not. The problem is chemistry doesn't lie, and that's why I'm in chemistry. I like factual things. And when you look at fruit juices or cocktails or concoctions thereof, by definition, they have naturally occurring saccharides in them. Well, that means they have to be preserved, stripped, deionized, concentrated, acidified, flavored, colored to maintain any semblance of digestibility. Otherwise, they would ferment into alcohol. So, no, we're nothing like those hyped products out there. This is real science, not fiction.
Does Vija have a product line that we can take around the world and grow a true residual income?
Absolutely. I've been around multi-billion-dollar brands my entire career, built many categories with colleagues, and the answer is this is by far the most far-reaching. If you can't deliver nutrients along with real weight benefit, along with real mental clarity, along with real beauty, and we're delivering that in the 3 different divisions, I don't know who else can. I foresee this company to do exceedingly remarkable things in the years to come.
I'm a wife, a mother, and I got into it for health reasons.
I'm a diabetic. I have high blood pressure, and Vija have taken me off all of my medication.
The product has taken 20 pounds off myself and my wife. gotten my wife off her blood pressure and has absolutely no back pain whatsoever.
I'm 55 pounds lighter. I no longer take diabetes medicine. I feel wonderful, and I am changing lives because of this product. Thank you.
Anything that's got as many nutrients and amino acids and things like that, I mean, it's got to be. And, I mean, if it's that healthy for you, man,
it's got to be the key.
You can't pass that up.
I have a son who's ADHD, on medication for 7 years. We knew we had to make a change. Heard the information. He is no longer on ADHD medication now.
The product is helping my entire family, parents, brothers, sister, or brothers, wife, kids even are taking the product, and they're all seeing fantastic results.
The products are phenomenal. Incredible relief with the allergies, energy, sinuses. I love the stuff.
Well, I recently just gave my son's father the XM3 capsules along with the detoxing tea and the Smart Mix, and he's already feeling a difference. He's only been using it for about maybe 3 days now. He said he feels better, he feels lighter, he has more energy.
I've lost 35 pounds, and we're going to be at the top really quick.
I had a car accident. I had several neck surgeries with bone fusions. I've had a completely crushed shoulder. I've been told by doctors that I would never be able to really function or be off of pain medications ever.
Within the first week and a half of being involved in the company, the product helped me with arthritis.
I've lost 80 pounds while being on the product. You can kind of see when I bought this coat, I weighed 405 pounds. I'm down to about 325 now.
I found Zija, and Zija was an answer to my prayers.
Within 7 weeks, I have lost 22 pounds. I have went on a size 16 to a size 12 now.
My mother, who had had high blood pressure since the age of 14 and was taking about 22 different medications a day, today is down to 3 medications. She's lost 118 pounds.
You impact people's lives directly or indirectly, and that is a humbling experience. Get on board.
Regardless of what anybody said, just because of what it had done for her, that I was going to take this thing to the top.
Zija has completely helped my knees, helped my ankles, but the big thing about it is, it's helped my family.
Zija is the real thing.
I had a gastric bypass surgery, and your body does not absorb the nutrients that it needs to absorb. So I had to have something that was all natural.
This thing did great things for my body. It took away my pain, helped my family.
The moringa tree is one of the best things.
So Zija International is where it's at. So come on board, folks, and drink life in.
Awesome.
Get into this business, take the supplements, energize yourself, make money, and let's all make it to the top.